Hello students, welcome to AIMS India online classes. This is a chemistry session. In this, we are going to discuss about one of the chapters from chemistry, that is materials and things. First, let us say about the introduction of this chapter. In our day-to-day life, we use several objects for different activities. These objects are made up of different materials. Yes, in our day-to-day life from morning to evening, we use different kinds of objects. These all objects are made from different materials. For example, if you see paper is made from wood pulp, bulbs are made from glass, underfilaments are made of some metals. You see, some bulbs in our homes. This bulb will be made up of certain glass, and inside of them there will be a filament which is made up of metals. And if you see cloths, these are made up of silk, cotton, wool, and these all. And the utensils which we use at home, they are made up of either stainless steel or copper or aluminium. Different metals are used in those. So in this way, different objects are made from different materials. We see that each of these objects are different in appearance, texture, characteristics, and even features also. Yes, see here we have seen different materials here itself, different objects. These all are different in appearance and even they have different texture, different characteristics also they are having, and even their features also being different from one to another, isn't it? So these objects are being differed from one to another based upon the materials used in them. All objects around us are made up of one or more types of materials such as paper, glass, plastic, cloth, metal, and even mud, soil, cotton, etc. So these are different kinds of materials. All the objects which we see around us are made up of either one or more of these materials only. See here different examples of the materials are shown: metals, glass, plastic, fabric, concrete, wood, ceramic, rubber. These all come under different materials. By using these different materials we make different objects. An object can be made from different materials. Yes, some objects will be made from different kinds of materials. For example, a chair can be made from either wood or plastic or some metals also. Isn't it? We see different kinds of chairs and even tables also, which are made up of even wood or plastic or iron. Means an object is made up of different kinds of materials. Sometimes they use wood for making chairs, sometimes they may use plastic, and even sometimes they use metals, isn't it? And different objects can be made from the same material. Yes, by using the same material, different objects also can be made. For example, a window pane and fish bowl are made up of same material, glass. See here, this window pan and this bowl, both are made up of same material. What it is? Glass. So with the same material, different objects can be made. Different objects can be made from the same material, and what we have seen here, same object can be made from different objects, different materials. Okay. Several objects are made up of combination of several materials. Yes, sometimes for making of certain objects, they use different kinds of materials in the same. For example, a mango shake. It is made up of mango, milk, sugar, etc. Even ice cubes sometimes they use for giving chillness. So what's happening here? This material, milk mango shake, is made from different or several objects by using several objects like mango juice and some milk is added to that, sugar is added, and even some ice cubes are added. So different materials are used for making this milkshake or mango shake. Different materials have different properties. Yes, all the materials are not having same kind of properties. Each and every material is having certain properties to that. Many objects differing in usage can be made from the same material. Yes, by using the same material, different objects can be made based upon its usage. There are so many ways to group these objects. Yes, we have seen there are different kinds of objects. So these all objects can be categorized or can be grouped based upon certain characteristics. Here, placing similar things together is called grouping. For example, in supermarket, grouping is done by keeping similar items on same shelf, which makes it easier for us to find the items we need. Yes, I think often when we go to a supermarket, we can say the segregation of materials in that based upon the items. At certain place, all the soaps will be there. At some other place, all the cosmetics will be there. And some other places, cereals will be present. So in this way, they segregate the items based upon the type, so that we can go directly to the place where it is needed, where certain item is present. There you can find our needed. So it makes us easy to identify them. Segregation. This is called the segregation of items based upon the type and properties is called grouping. Grouping of materials. So that is what we can also say as a classification of materials. The process of sorting and grouping objects or things according to some basis is called classification. Yes, the sorting or grouping is also called as classification of materials. This will be done based upon the certain characteristics or based upon the usage. So based upon certain characteristics, these objects are classified. This is called classification of materials. It makes a study of large number of objects of different types easier, simpler, and systematic and convenient too. Yes, this classification always makes us easier the studying about them or simplifies our usage. Okay. So for the classification, first let us say about the properties of these materials. Different types of materials have different properties. Yes, each and every material is having certain property to it. Some of the important properties, let us see here now. One of them is appearance. Yes, we are discussing about the classification of materials. So, based upon certain properties, this classification is done. These materials are classified based upon their properties. Out of those properties, what it is here? Appearance. In appearance, materials usually look very different from one to another. Yes, each and every material can be seen differently in appearance. The appearance of wood is different from iron. Similarly, appearance of iron is different from copper or aluminium. Yes, each and every material is having different appearance. Based upon the appearance itself, we can identify what kind of material is that. Mostly. Okay. Some materials, when freshly cut, appear shiny, whereas others have no shine. Yes, some materials will be very shiny, like metals. Metals are having much shininess, and some they do not have shining. For example, they have given a metal to shine in their pure state. Yes, pure metals are shiny. That we say luster. This shining property of metals is called metallic luster. Metals are having luster. So mostly metals in the fresh form, they'll be having shininess that we say as luster. But most of the other objects they do not have shining. Some metals having luster are gold, silver, iron, copper, aluminium. So these all come under metals and they have luster or shiningness. And some they do not. Materials can be classified on the basis of their luster as lustrous materials, for example, gold, silver, platinum, whatever you said, no metals, and non-lustrous materials, for example, wood, plastic, stone, etc. See here, materials are classified into lustrous and non-lustrous based upon the shining property. Some materials like metals, they have shining when they are fresh. They will be having shining property. That shining property is called lustrous. So those metals which shine are called lustrous materials. Example, gold, silver, platinum, copper, steel, These all are lustrous materials. They have shining. And some materials are there like wood, plastic, stones, bricks. These materials they do not have shining. They are called non-lustrous materials. Non-lustrous materials. Okay, based upon the appearance, materials can be classified into two types: lustrous, non-lustrous. Okay, shining property of gold, copper, silver is used for making jewelry. Yes, we said here some metals like gold, silver, platinum. These are having lustrous or shiningness. Because of this nature, these metals are used in making of ornaments, isn't it? Yes, because they shine much. Some metals often lose their shine when exposed to air and moisture for some time. Yes, some metals like iron, they lose their shining. Actually, iron in the pure form it will be having some shiningness. But when it is exposed to atmospheric air or in the presence of moisture, it loses its luster because of the formation of rust that we know. Next, one more property of materials is hardness. On the basis of hardness, materials can be classified as soft or hard. Soft materials are those which can be easily compressed or scratched. Example, cotton, sponge, etc. These all are soft materials. They can be pressed easily, isn't it? They can be compressed, they can be scratched very easily. Those materials are called as soft materials. One more kind, hard materials. Hard materials are those which are difficult to compress. Example, iron, stone, wood, diamond. These all come under hard materials. We cannot compress them very easily. They will be very hard. We cannot compress them. See here some statues made up of some metals. Can we compress this? No, we cannot. It will be very hard to compress. Even some utensils which we use at home also, like pans, bowls, and even glasses. These all are hard substances. But if you see here this cotton, we can compress very easily that, and some soft toys will be there. These can be compressed or scratched very easily. These are called soft materials. Okay, this is one more classification of materials into soft and hard materials. We can identify soft or hard materials by pressing different materials with our hand. Yes, we can classify the materials into hard and soft just by compressing or pressing them by using our hand. Hard materials cannot be compressed easily, while soft materials can be easily compressed. Yes. Talc, that is used for making talcum powder, is a soft substance. Yes, if you take some powder into your hand and if you rub it, how it will be very smooth and soft. So this comes under soft material or soft substance. If you see some objects like wood and a diamond are examples of hard substances, isn't it? They'll be very hard. We cannot compress them. Such elements, such substances are called hard materials. Next, property roughness. Materials can be rough or soft or smooth also you can say. So materials can be classified based upon the another property roughness. Based upon this, materials can be classified as rough materials or smooth materials or soft materials. If a material has bumps or ridges on its surface which can be felt by touching them, such materials are said to be rough materials. For example, rocks, bark of a tree, bricks, etc. are rough materials. Yes, if we touch the bark of a tree, how it will be? Will be it smooth? No, it will be rough because it has some bumps and ridges on its surface. So it will be very rough. These materials are called rough materials. Smooth materials do not have bumps. For example, window pane, cup, plates, mirrors, etc. If you touch them, how they will be? Very smooth. They are smooth materials. They don't have any bumps on them. So, based upon the roughness, materials can be classified like this: rough materials and smooth materials. Okay. Next, one more property: transparency. Transparency means on basis of transparency, the objects can be divided as follows. Yes, what is the meaning of transparency here? Appearing through the object. Okay, the ability to see through an object. So based upon this, materials are classified as follows. Let us see into which categories it is done. Transparent materials. Transparent objects are those objects through which things can be seen. Yes, if we are able to see the things through an object, then that object is said to be transparent object. For example, glass, water, air and some other plastic items, these all are transparent objects because through these we can see the things. For example, if you see a glass pan, if you take a glass pan, through the glass pan we can see to the other side. Then that glass pan is said to be transparent object. And even air also transparent because in the atmosphere around us there is air. So through the air we are able to see the objects. Then air is said to be transparent. Even some plastic items also will be transparent because from those plastic items also we can see objects. Okay, the objects through which we can see the things are called as transparent materials or transparent objects. Okay, next category, opaque materials. This means the objects through which we cannot see the objects, or opaque objects are those objects through which we are not able to see the things are called opaque materials. For example, metals, cardboards, wood, these all are opaque materials. Through those objects, we cannot see anything other side. Isn't it, children? If you take any metal sheet, if you keep in front of you that, through that metal sheet, we cannot see what is their backside. So such kind of materials are called opaque materials. The material through which we cannot see are called opaque materials. Translucent materials. This is one more kind of materials through which objects can be seen but not clearly. Yes, for example, oiled paper. If you take any oiled paper, the paper dipped in oil, if you take it into hands and if you see, we can see very lightly what is at backside to it, but not much clear. Such kind of objects are called translucent material. So based upon the transparency, materials can be classified into three types. One, it is transparent materials. The objects through which we can see the things clearly are called transparent objects or transparent materials. Next one, opaque materials. The materials through which we cannot see, we are not able to see anything. Such kind of materials are called opaque materials. Example, metals, cardboard and dissolve. And certain materials are there. From these we can see, but not much clear. Such kind of materials are called translucent materials. Some glass items and some plastics and paper dipped in oil, oiled paper. Through this all, we can see a little, but not much clear. Such kind of objects are called translucent materials. So in this way, based upon the property, materials can be classified into different categories. Okay, based upon this, let us have a small session, assessment session here. See the questions and try to answer. Find the odd one out in terms of materials it is made up of. Yes, here they are giving certain materials. We have to find out the odd one or different one out from the remaining. Desk, chair, table, football. So, based upon the material with which they are made up of, we have to identify the different one. See which one is that? Football. Yes. If you observe the remaining three, desk, chair, table, these can be made with one kind of material that might be a wood or plastic or any metallic. With these objects can be made. But if you see football, can we make this football with the wood? Even with plastic? Can we make this football with the metal? No, we cannot. Generally, footballs are made up of certain rubber or leather. Okay, so this is different from the remaining based upon the materials with which they are made up of. Next one, yes. Let us go to next question. Which of the following is lustrous? Lustrous means what? Having shining property. See which one will be shiny out of this? See, brick, rubber ball, steel vessel, wooden chair. Which is having shining among these all? Yes, generally metals are having shining. So this stainless steel is also made up of certain metals. That is why this stainless steel is having luster. Remaining all, they do not have luster or shining. See, one of the objects made up of stainless steel is shown here. See, it is shining. Next one. Which of the following is transparent? Transparent means what? The objects through which we can see the things are called transparent materials or transparent objects. See here they have given some glass, plywood, paper sheet and tinted glass with which from which we can see the objects clearly, children. That is called transparent. Identify the one through which we can see clearly out of this. Yes, it is glass. Through glass we can see clearly, so it is a transparent material. Yes, glass pens are shown here. Next one, materials which can be compressed or scratched easily are called dash materials. What are they called? Are they called soft materials or hard materials or bad materials or good materials? What are they called? The materials which can be compressed easily are called soft materials. Yes, for example, we shown them certain toys made up of these fluffy cottons and cotton, fluffy materials. These all are coming under soft materials. They can be compressed or scratched very easily. Yes, it is one of the toys made up of very soft material. Next one, the materials through which objects can be seen but not clearly are known as. Yes, the materials through which objects can be seen but not clearly are called as. Yes, based upon the transparency we told materials are classified into three types. Let us see options once. Yes, what are those three types? Transparent, opaque, and translucent. Out of these, through transparent materials, we can see objects clearly. Through opaque material, we are not able to see any things through it. We cannot see the objects through the opaque material. And third category, the objects through which we can see the objects but not clearly. Those are called translucent material. Okay, this is about materials and their classification. So there are so many kinds of materials. Those all can be classified based upon their particular properties. Okay. Thank you for watching our video. Please visit our website, that is www.aimstoday.in, for latest updates. and recorded videos. Thank you.